I used to hate small talk. Not just dislike it, hate it. Every time I was in a social situation, my brain would go completely blank. What was I supposed to say? How do people just talk? I remember standing at a party once, gripping my drink like a lifeline, while everyone around me was laughing, making connections, fitting in. Meanwhile, I was trapped in my own head, panicking about saying something stupid. And when someone finally did talk to me, I either mumbled a one-word answer or over-explained something completely unnecessary. The worst part? I knew I was making it awkward, but I didn't know how to fix it. But here's the thing, I don't struggle with small talk anymore, and I didn't change my personality. I didn't force myself to become an extrovert. I just learned how small talk actually works. And once I understood it, everything got easier. And in this video, I'll show you how to master small talk even if you're an introvert like me. Let's go. Here's what no one tells you. Small talk isn't about being interesting. It's about being interested. The moment I stopped trying to impress people and instead started being curious about them, conversations became effortless. People love talking about themselves. If you give them that chance, they'll do most of the talking for you. So instead of worrying about what to say next, just focus on listening and asking simple questions. I started using one simple phrase, "Tell me more about that?" And suddenly people opened up and I wasn't struggling to keep conversations going. Introverts often get stuck in conversations because they ask the wrong kind of questions. How's it going? Good. End of conversation. Instead, ask open-ended questions that invite longer answers. For example, instead of, "Did you have a good weekend?" say, "What was the best part of your weekend?" This gives the other person something to build on and makes it easier for you to keep the conversation flowing. Confidence isn't about being loud, it's about being comfortable. And there's one trick that changed everything for me, the 2-second rule. It's simple. Before responding, pause for 2 seconds instead of blurting out the first thing that comes to mind. This does two things. It makes you seem more thoughtful, and it gives your brain time to come up with something better to say. Instead of rushing into awkwardness, you give yourself space to feel in control. The biggest fear of introverts? Running out of things to say. Here's the fix. The FORD method. It stands for family, occupation, recreation, and dreams. These are safe, universal topics anyone can talk about. Whenever a conversation slows down, just pick one. So, do you have any siblings? How did you get into your job? What do you do for fun? You'll always have something to ask, and it keeps the conversation moving naturally. Want to know the fastest way to make people enjoy talking to you? Use their name. Dale Carnegie once said, "A person's name is the sweetest sound to them." And it's true. The moment you remember and say someone's name, they feel seen, valued, and important. That's a great point, Sarah. You know, Jake, I totally get what you mean. People love being acknowledged. It makes them want to keep talking to you. Here's a trick that makes people think you're an amazing conversationalist, even if you barely say anything. It's called the echo effect. If someone says, "I just got back from Italy," instead of saying, "Oh, cool," repeat a keyword. "Italy? That's amazing. What was your favorite part?" By echoing their words, you show you're paying attention and invite them to keep talking. Simple, powerful, works every time. Not every conversation should last forever. So how do you leave without being weird? Use the future reference trick. Say something like, "Hey, I really enjoyed this conversation. We should talk more later." And then just leave. It makes the exit smooth and natural while keeping the door open for future interactions. Want to talk to someone but feel nervous? Here's what worked for me. The 5-second rule. Count down from 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and just do it before your brain talks you out of it. Taking action within 5 seconds stops overthinking and gets you out of your comfort zone. Most people overthink conversations. The trick is to start before your fear kicks in. Small talk isn't about being extroverted. It's about knowing how conversations work. And once you learn these simple tricks, you'll realize socializing isn't as hard as you thought. Because at the end of the day, mastering small talk is simple, actually.